Did you know? The themes explored in Animal Crossing like family, friendship, and community were inspired by real events from the life of series creator Katsuya Eguchi. When Eguchi moved over 300 miles from his home to work at Nintendo Kyoto's headquarters, he began to deal with a sense of isolation from his friends and loved ones. In an Edge magazine interview, Eguchi explained, "When I moved there, I left my family and friends behind. In doing so, I realized that being close to them, being able to spend time with them, talk to them, play with them, was such a great, important thing. I wondered for a long time if there was a way to recreate that feeling, and that was the impetus behind the original Animal Crossing." Animal Crossing on the GameCube is actually a port of a Japanese Nintendo 64 game called Dobutsu no Mori, or Animal Forest in English. Originally, Animal Forest was planned to release on the Nintendo 64 disk drive and was intended to use the disk drive's internal clock to track real-world time, making the game seem truly alive. However, since the disk drive turned out to be a commercial failure, Animal Forest was published on a regular Nintendo 64 cartridge. It was published in April of 2001, only 5 months before the launch of the Nintendo GameCube console. 8 months after Animal Forest released in Japan, an enhanced port was released for the GameCube called Animal Forest Plus. This version took advantage of the GameCube's internal clock to keep track of time, as was originally planned. Animal Forest Plus was the version that was ported to the United States' Animal Crossing in 2002 and in Europe in 2004. Thousands of lines of text had to be translated from Japanese, and many items and events were added, removed, or altered to be culturally relevant outside of Japan. Shigeru Miyamoto even said that the game had around 3 times as much text as the average RPG. Support for the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Advance e-reader peripheral were also added. Nintendo was so impressed by this version created by the Nintendo of America's Treehouse division that they retranslated the game, added new items, and released it in Japan as Animal Forest E+. It's thought that Animal Forest was built on the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask game engine. Both Animal Forest and the Zelda games share certain files and segments of code, and they both feature identical map selection screens in their respective debug modes. Additionally, Animal Crossing has many similarities with a cancelled Nintendo 64 disk drive game called Cabbage. Cabbage was a pet simulation game being developed by Shigeru Miyamoto, Earthbound creator Shigesato Itoi, and producer of the Pokemon series Tsunekazu Ishihara. The game tasked players to care for some unknown creature and also to decorate the space the creature inhabited. Players were also able to send their creatures to the worlds of other players, as well as transfer their personal pets to their Game Boys. Miyamoto stated that even though the game was cancelled, many elements from Cabbage were used in other Nintendo projects. Animal Crossing uses the concept of decorating spaces, traveling to other players' worlds, and features connectivity with the Game Boy Advance. It's fairly well known that Animal Crossing contains 15 playable emulations of NES games. These games include Balloon Fight, Clu Clu Land, Donkey Kong, Excite Bike, Wario's Woods, and Punch-Out, among others. Most are obtainable through legitimate means like Tom Nook's Lottery, or from the island found using the Game Boy Advance connectivity. However, 4 additional NES games are found in the game's data that fans have dubbed the Forbidden Four. Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros., Ice Climber, and The Legend of Zelda are all included on the Animal Crossing game disc but cannot be obtained through legitimate means. Mario Bros. And Ice Climbers were once collected by scanning e-reader cards that are no longer available to purchase. But Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda are completely hidden and can only be obtained by using a cheating device. Animal Crossing New Leaf co-director Aya Kyogoku shared thoughts on the game's landlord Tom Nook and how the Animal Crossing fans seem to hate him. Kyogoku feels that rather than being a greedy antagonist, Nook is actually a good guy. Kyogoku said, "We think he's very misunderstood. He's just passionate about his business. He can wait as long as it takes for you to pay him back. He's not as bad as other people might think he is." Nook's design is based on the raccoon dog-like animal, the tanuki. In Japanese folklore, tanukis are portrayed with large scrotums and symbolize financial luck. Another case of species reassignment in the English version is of Captain, the series' resident sailor. Though he's said to be a turtle, he's actually based on a creature from Japanese folklore called the kappa. Kappa are humanoid amphibian-like creatures that are said to be mischievous, committing crimes like kidnapping children. In the English translations of Animal Crossing Wild World and City Folk, the character Pierce the Eagle has a catchphrase, Hawkeye, leaving many to believe he is a reference to Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye Pierce, the main character from the sitcom MASH. Another cultural reference in Animal Crossing relates to the gyroid items. Gyroids bear a strong resemblance to Japanese hanawa, clay figures made for ritual use which are buried with the dead. This explains why gyroids can only be obtained by digging, and could disturbingly imply that players have been digging up up graves when searching for treasure. That's all for today, but don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you also check out DidYouKnowGaming.com, where we post gaming trivia every single day. And if you liked this video, be sure to check out our other videos. And hey, maybe you're here because my voice sounds super sexy right now. So you should go ahead and click on this video here, the top 10 dogs in video games, where I go over my favorite top 10 dogs in video games. Nobody expected that.